Sagittarius, this is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and do a totally different spread. It's end of the year spread, so we're going to look at the past. We're going to past year, how this looked. Then we're going to go to the current month and see what your challenges are and, you know, what your strengths will be, and also how that carries out to the new year. Let's go ahead and get started with this. This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. I'm doing a totally different spread this time. I'm doing an end of the year spread, okay? 3 cards showing you how, you know, the progress of this year was, what your current month is, and how it's going to reflect on your future year, or how it could potentially reflect on your future year, as I should say. I just want to go ahead and throw out a couple things here. I have a 40% off all reading sale, excluding the 3-card reading, because it's only $10. And so if you guys want to book a reading with me, just go ahead and take advantage of the 40% off offer for the end of the year. Also, I am also on Instant Go finally. So if you guys, you know, want to text me, send me, you know, call me, or, you know, do a video chat with me, I'm only an app away. Okay. Do look up the instructions on how to do it. Pretty much they charge you per, like for texting, I know they charge you. Like, I set my own rates, so you're just gonna have to look at the rates for that. And they charge you every 160 characters, okay, in regards to text. So, with all that being said, oh, one more thing also, guys, I have a live stream going on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time with Aquarian Insight, okay? It's gonna be like a quick little interview, a lot of talking, but from there, and I just hope you all can join us. With all that said, though, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Alright, Sagittarius. The underlying energy of this whole year, this whole reading, is the Page of Cups. This is talking about the beginning and like not necessarily beginning an emotional cycle, but like expression of love, expression of emotion. Okay, so I think you guys had a lot of things going on in regards to figuring out where you guys wanted to go. But I think your expression of love at the end, you know, overall this entire year is what can possibly help you towards the figuring out where you're meant to be, what your passions truly are. So ultimately, y'all, your whole year was about opening up your emotions and being, you know, and communicating how you feel about, you know, certain things, you know, having it. Not necessarily an opinion, but going off of, you know, what you want, okay? So in the beginning of the year, guys, it's looking like things were going pretty fast. Things were moving pretty rapidly, okay? I think there was a lot of messages back and forth, and I think things kind of picked up speed. There's a lot of progress here, especially. Let me go ahead and pull some cards for the 8 of Wands here, because that, I mean, it can mean a lot of things. I think ultimately, though, I think there was a lot of, you know, instant messaging, things, people you communicate with, because as the Page of Cups comes along with this, I think this could have been an offer of love that was received to you, or you expressed to someone else, and that kind of took off for this year. I think there was a lot of romantic messages, maybe. You guys could have been, you know, communicating, flirting, romanticizing stuff, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I think you guys were being romantic this year, at the beginning of it. Let's see what the 8 of Wands holds. Ooh, the World. So I think you guys were completing a cycle rather fast. I think there was something that was coming to an end. And I think it brought about so much energy that came this way that it could have been a little bit overwhelming, I'm not going to lie. So I think, so whatever ended, I think, like I said, it brought in a crap load of stuff, okay? A lot of communication, a lot of you know, energy, kind of just, you know, so things coming your way, you know, offers, stuff like that. Lots of things are coming through. And I think it was just happening really fast, and there was really no time to really embrace, you know, grasp all of that. Even though the 8 of Wands is a very clear energy, it's not hard to see, it still can be overwhelming when all those things kind of hit you all at once and it feels like it. Okay. Whoa. Okay. And it's definitely something new in love too. So I think things kind of took off with with the Ace of Cups. So love really started kicking off for y'all, really, this beginning of this year. And I think that, like I said, it moved really fast. It was a bit overwhelming. And you kind of didn't realize that something new was brewing romantically, because there's just all that stuff was happening like this. It's like, what is going on? I can't see what all is happening to me all that fast. So in the beginning of the year, lots of stuff was hitting you guys fast. Lots of stuff was hitting y'all fast. And I think what kind of got you to, in the middle of the year, recognizing, or not even recognizing, but really experiencing the excitement of something new, something passionate, something very raw and just, wonderful. Something that can really bring the spark of excitement up. So with all these new beginnings happening, things coming in really fast, and things like that, you had new beginnings, something coming in new, especially, I think, probably around the Leo time, Leo, North Node. I think you guys are noticing a new passion, a new creative venture, a new expression, a new way to expand on your beliefs, even, Sagittarians. Ultimately, though, I think with the North Node going in Leo and then that eclipse in Leo as well, I think that really kind of sparked in a new kind of journey, a new way, a new destiny for a lot of you guys. And I think that's what you guys see. You see the trident of destiny here. Y'all were stoked, okay? And I think, of course, with every new beginning, there comes their challenges. I remember y'all this entire year, difficult in the love department. I'll tell you that. It was very hard. I think that's why the Eight of Wands is coming up with the Ace of Cups in the world, because, whatever was ending in the beginning of this year, things were happening really fast in regards to love. And you guys were just getting the wrong end of the stick for a lot of it. And I think there was a lot of growth that was necessarily here, too. That's why you have the Ace of Cups here. I think you guys, in the beginning of this year, especially with things going fast, and even throughout this entire year as well, this was an Ace of Cups moment where you were growing emotionally. You were expanding your consciousness. Because that's what the Ace of Cups is all about. It's not just emotions and feelings and lovey-doveyness. Even though I love to, look at that card, look at the card this way. It's about opening up your consciousness, your subconscious, the part of you that is psychically there, your higher self and things like that. So I think you guys were in the beginning of, beginning to experience a lot of not just love, not just romantic stuff, but also, psychic messages and, things about, your, the other side, the dimensional travel. Some of you guys could have been astroplaning the crap out of this beginning of this year. And I think, ultimately, it got you to the point where you were pretty excited to tackle on the new journey. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening. In the beginning, it probably may not have seemed as exciting as happy exciting, but there was a lot of I didn't think so. I think it was just exciting in regards to a lot of things happening, a lot of change, a lot of, energy. There's a lot of energy in the beginning of this. So sometime in this year, you guys were feeling feeling a lot of that energy, and a lot of energy was toward balance, was toward toward karma. You guys had Saturn in your sign for the entire year. I think it's been a couple years since Saturn has been in your sign now. But the point of it all it was a life-changing experience, because with Justice here, you really had to find a balance in your life. You really had to figure out what worked for you and what didn't. There was a karmic time to really figure out, or really to regain balance in your life. The beginning was pretty crazy and hectic, and you had to work with what you got. And it was a successful ending, but you still had a lot of work to do with the Ace of Wands there, because there's so much stuff happening. And with the Ace of Wands happening sometime, in the middle of this year, you had to really focus on karmic balance, karmic, right and wrong. This was a lot of, and it's not even just karmic stuff. It's really about your balance, your boundaries, what works for you and what didn't work for you. A lot of things that threw you off balance and things that didn't throw you off balance. Okay, look at that, the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. That's crazy. So yeah, it was towards stability, support, security for yourself. So this new beginning was about what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and how can you balance everything for you, how do you keep things balanced for yourself so you don't go crazy? You know what I mean? So there was a lot to look at in regards to that. Okay. Then I think with your balance, with you not pushing balance, but really dealing with the whole balance karmic stuff and figuring out what works for you, recreating your own boundaries. I think you kind of hit the end of this cycle pretty much, but the last card here just kind of signifying the tying up of the whole rest of the year towards this month is that you had the Knight of Wands. I think you are feeling more freer because, like I said, with Saturn being in your sign, it ain't fun. It's not exciting in the happy sense. It's really exhausting and a lot of energy exerted into that. What's this card? Wow, Page of Pentacles. I think you guys could be traveling toward something that literally begins something very stable for you. There's a lot of beginnings this year. A lot of stuff started this year. It started by ending something successfully, so you got a lot of opportunities. And I think with you guys at the end of this, really building your boundaries and really, showing, not necessarily showing your worth. I mean, I think honestly, you guys did have a period in your life where you had to recognize your worth to understand your boundaries and understand what boundaries you needed and what balances you need to have for your life. I think ultimately, you had to tap into that Sagittarian magic and begin, and really start to buckle down about what you truly believe and what you truly want to go for. 7 of Swords. Okay. Now the Knight of Wands is the card for Sagittarius, but only within the sense of exploration, and traveling and stuff like that. There's all the bad qualities to all signs. Bad qualities to all signs. Libras, they're indecisive, they're two-faced, they have the potential to be dishonest to avoid conflict. That's not really good and I'm a Libra, I can say that, okay? Let's go be straight up. Geminis, they messed up too. They're two-faced as well. They're very moody. They're very quick to be, nice to you, and then they're backstabbing you. They have the potential to do that. Aquarius are the same way. They know it all. They're very arrogant with it, and they understand people, but then at the same time they kind of don't understand people. It's a really weird and kind of bizarre dynamic. It's like they know what they need. They know what people need, but they kind of can come off as a bit insensitive with it. That's just kind of one of the things that Aquarians do. Virgos, Virgos got issues too. They look at everything that's a problem, and that's like, that can be a little annoying sometimes, especially if you're not really wanting to look at a problem every time you interact with a Virgo. That's why you never go to a Virgo or an Aquarius if you have an issue. Don't do that. If you don't want to fix the problem, don't go to them. So everybody has their issues. One of the things with the Knight of Wands, even though it signifies Sagittarius, it's carved Sagittarius, they have the tendency to be very unreliable. Someone that kind of gets bored in a situation and kind of keeps going. Okay? And that's only if they're not in their light. That's only, like, for all those little aspects about Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, they're not in their light sometimes, or they just, that's just kind of their qualities or their quirks about being them. They balance it out with other wonderful things. But with the Knight of Wands here, there could have been a situation, especially with the 7 of Swords coming up, that, it was a lot of evasion. Like, there was not a lot of addressing something serious. Or maybe there was something that there's a period in time where you had to be clever and you had to move very cautiously. Okay? Why is the 7 of Swords coming up? Strength. Yeah, I think you had to move very cautiously or evade something. And I think you were trying to avoid something that was inevitable. But ultimately, it brought you a new beginning and towards something stable, truly stable for yourself. So maybe, I don't know if you guys were unreliable. Maybe you guys were dealing with someone else that was unreliable. They don't have to be a Sagittarius to be unreliable. Everybody in the zodiac can be fucking unreliable. You know what I'm saying? But I really think I think that with this here, you guys could have been interacting with somebody that was not honest, or you guys were not being straight up in the relationship. And I think something was being kind of being avoided. Something was going on, but I think you guys had to kind of evade the situation to handle it better. But it got you to the point where you needed strength to carry yourself through. Okay? I think it needed strength to carry yourself through. So that's why the new beginning started, because I think because of the Knight of Wands, he's not a very stable person. They're not very stable. So I think you guys were in your element, but I think you needed to find a place where you were grounded. The Seven of Swords is not a very grounded energy. It's very, flighty. So I think in this period, there was a lot of flighty energy, and now it's like, because you recognize that, you are beginning something new. You're beginning something that's stable and solid. Okay? So yeah, like, I feel bad because when people bring up the Knight of Wands and say, oh, that's a Sagittarius card, and then they grab all the bad parts, it's like, okay, well, everybody's got some quirks and some stuff that's not exactly appealing or anything like that. And it's like, okay, like I said, I'm a Libra, I get the same thing too. We can be two-faced because we don't want to deal with conflict. That's just something that we do. Like, I try my best not to do that. Like, I really do. And I don't think I do that. But I know a lot of Libras that do, and it's okay because that's just how we are. And for some of us, we don't have to be that way. Like, Aquarians, they come, like I said, they come off as arrogant. They aren't arrogant. They know what they're talking about is legitimate. They come off that way because people just don't know how to handle it. So, like, so it's just a lot of quirks and things about all the signs that come up. So when I say the Knight of Wands, I was like, well, it's a Sagittarius card. I want people to understand, like, those are like bad aspects and good aspects that, everything has an is complex, It just is what it is, what I mean. Okay, so what does this month of December look like? How it started off? The Eight of Cups. Recognizing what you want and going for it. Okay, that's what I see. The Eight of Cups is recognizing what you want and going for it, because what you have lying there is a crap ton of cups, right? You could have just picked any one of these, but either something just did not this doesn't resonate with you anymore, or you're just not interested in what the situation has. So you're gonna find that cup for yourself. You're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna find me the ninth cup so I can get my wish. So a lot of you guys, I think you guys are going on to discover what you truly are passionate about. This rediscovery, looking for what you truly want, and recognizing and appreciating the things before that really showed you what what you really wanted wasn't really in the situation that you were in. This is progress, moving towards towards I found a cut this progress. You have the Eight of Wands here. And the Eight of Cups. Okay? If you had like another 8 in here, I'd be like, yo. Y'all sound a lot like Aries with the 3 8s. But you guys have 3 aces. So that is a major beginning. Like, a lot of major stuff happened this year that really started you towards something like with emotional growth, growing a passion and true, expression of self, and then building your boundaries and building a place and building it from a place that has a foundation, So you guys were definitely building this year. This is the beginning year for y'all. Very big beginning. Now, what I was clarifying for the Eight of Wands was the Knight of Wands. For some of you guys, I think you guys could have been dealing with another Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Okay, Knight of Wands, like, they can be all the fire signs, or someone that has a lot of fire in their chart, or someone that you see is very unreliable, or someone that you see is very fun and passionate, etc. I think you realize that the person that you didn't want, or the situation that you didn't want, was something that was flighty, or something that was not exactly, something that wasn't, it just didn't prove to be cemented. It didn't prove to be concrete. Okay, and then this is like right for you. Like, if this is something that you found within yourself, like if you realize like I'm not really able to settle down and be the person that I need to be for someone else or whatever, if I'm not interested in being in a relationship, that's amazing, because that means that you know what you want and you're ready to go for it. You recognize what you want. You're certain about what you don't want. Certainty. So for some of you guys probably wanted to have your freedom and really enjoy the beginning that's happening right now. Enjoy the gifts that are coming in from the successful completion of the beginning of this year. Y'all could have been completed something really wonderful, and you really wanted to tackle it on your own, and that's fine. Some of you guys could have been interacting with somebody else. Like, you were leaving behind somebody that was just not committing to you, that was not being open to you, that wasn't that wasn't really ready. They proved to be unfit to have a relationship with. Okay, this could be someone else that you see is kind of immature. Okay, but ultimately, I think you were leaving behind something that was fun and enjoyable in the moment. You want something that can last you a long time. Ace of Pentacles. So I think there was the beginning of this year, of this month. You're looking at what you want now because you left behind what no longer serves you. Okay? In the other half of December, you have the World. So that's, again, another completion. Like, you guys are completing something. Big time. Successful completion. I think your hard work and diligence with the... Ooh. Yo. Whoa. Wow, you see that? Wow. Whew. So, this person that comes in your life, the Knight of Wands, I think, honestly, I don't know if this is you guys, because usually I like to read for everyone as the person, but for some of you guys could be dealing with somebody that was a liar. The Knight of Wands, and you had to kind of carry yourself through the lies and this, just kind of not being straight up with you and you kind of had to start something new because they weren't being straight up. I think a lot of you guys left behind someone that was a player, that was probably cheating on you. Good on you guys. Something exciting and passionate, something that grew, and something that went a little fast. It was like, wow, this is great. But you realized that this person was not faithful to you. Now, I don't think this is you. I think if you had any aspect into this, I think for you guys, I think maybe it was just you were wanting more fun and more connection, or you guys didn't really want to be in a committed relationship right now because you got a lot of growth that you want to do. There's a lot of exploring and individual, research that you wanted to do for yourself, which is totally fine. You couldn't be reliable in a relationship for on your own because you're not ready for that. If you feel like you're not ready for it, you're not ready. But for some of you guys were dealing with I'm about to cuss. Y'all were dealing with a jackass. Okay, and I think this person was just totally not being honest with you. Somebody was not being straight up, and that would lead you to be like, "Look, I'm done. You can do whatever you want to do on your own time without me in it." I think that's what's up. I think that's what's going on. You guys leaving behind something that didn't work for you. And this is his Knight of Wands. It could be another Sagittarius, could be another Leo, an Aries. It could be somebody that has some aspects in their chart. This could ultimately be somebody that just is very bye. It don't have to be a fire sign. But for the end of December, y'all have the Two of Cups and the Devil. Okay, I know, right? Crazy. So this is the ending of a cycle in regards to a codependent relationship. Like, I think you guys feel the same way. I think you still love this person, despite their dishonesty, despite their sneakiness, despite them not being straight up and being loyal and reliable. I think this person that you still have feelings for, and I think they still have feelings for you too. But I think there's also, this is ending of, a cycle where you felt trapped and where you could not expand and really truly be the person that you wanted to be. This whole year, the Ace of Wands and the Judgment card, Justice card, that's talking about building new boundaries. With Saturn in your sign the whole year, you had to build boundaries for yourself as well. So there was a lot of work that you had to do this year, guys. This was not an easy year for y'all. So with this ending, I think you guys you're going to have a lot more fun now. You're going to be the Knight of Wands that has that, that ability to be free and explore and be themselves as much as they can. And you're also going to accept what is no longer working for you. A toxic relationship, a relationship that was codependent, a relationship that kind of tested your boundaries and pushed you against your integrity. That tested your integrity, rather. You can still feel this person, you can still love this person, but they got to understand your boundaries. And I think that's what's coming up right here. You're just really establishing those boundaries, and you're truly going through the process of this ending of a cycle. Because I think you ended it now. The other half is just going through the ending. Okay? Now, how does this serve you on the at the beginning of, not the beginning of the year, but how does this serve you next year? What does all of this mean for you next year? Okay? So the first 4 months, you guys have the Nine of Wands. Okay? That's still talking about being exhausted. Okay? Battered and beaten. You guys, like I said, you guys had a hard year. Okay? But the thing is, it ain't over. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff that you are holding on to, and for good reason. There's a lot of passion behind this. You're ready to work and get to exactly what you want. The Eight of Cups don't stop there. Okay, you can complete the cycle if you want to, but there's still some things that you want, and that's go get them, guys. You deserve it. Go get them. So there is a bit of exhaustion, a bit of being battered and tired, and really wounded, and possibly just kind of ready to give up and kind of throw in the towel, but you don't want to. There's something keeping you from completely quitting, just kind of been like, you know what, screw this. So from January to April, you guys are looking at kind of standing your ground. Okay? Standing your ground. It's gonna be one testing time of your patience, of your endurance. That's why you are in the process of strength right now. It's all this stuff is preparation for what's coming next. Okay, and this doesn't have to happen. Whatever you decide to do can change the outcome of your future. The future does not stay the same, and it doesn't have to. You have to utilize your free will, and that's what will come up. Okay, but ultimately, you're gonna have a phase in your life, in the phase for the first 4 months of next year, that it's gonna be exhausting, but it's gonna test your strength. It really will. Now the second third of next year, May to August, you have the Two of Swords. So difficult decisions arrive, or you're hit with more decisions or a decision to make that you honestly don't really want to make right now. You're kind of avoiding. And it's fair enough to say, okay, fair enough. But regardless of how difficult it is, you're going to have to eventually do what this lady's doing and toss one of them swords. Because, you can't hold a situation at balance forever. So I think there's a series of, hard decision making in regards to next year. A hard decision making. Okay? And then you guys have the King of Swords. So you guys come out on top, I feel. I think you guys come up a little more serious than you guys usually are. But I think you guys have a better understanding of your truth and, who you are. Okay? So honestly, guys, this is one crazy this one crazy year coming up. I'm going to do a 12 card, 12 card spread in regards to 12 month spread rather for next year. But I wanted to just throw this in here as a thank you and for sticking with me for so long, and a way to just kind of like really see how you guys grown from this year and so forth. Now, for your Wisdom of the Oracle, you guys have No Place Like Home. I know the card name. I don't know why I need to look at it. But no place like home, guys. It's being comfortable in your authenticity, being comfortable in who you are, and being you. I think ultimately, when you started off this year, you guys were really just trying to discover who you were. And with the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, all these things don't happen if you don't really, if you already have all those things. If you already have, a sense of, emotional, stability, or, if you know what you want and, you're ready to kind of go after it, it's like, and then the passion, starting something new, and then beginning boundaries for yourself. All these things were meant for you to feel comfortable in yourself, so that way the next year stuff will be a lot more different than how you had to handle all your stuff this year. It's gonna be different, possibly even a lot easier. Who knows? Okay, you make the rule book, you make your story, you write, you make whatever future you want to come true happen. But ultimately, guys, this whole year was to show you that you are the stable place that you need to be, or you can be the home or you can be the safety that you need for yourself. Now, for you guys here, you have the Whispers of Love. I don't know if y'all can see it. It got really dark in here. Romance. Very sweet. And it says, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Okay. So if you guys are in a relationship right now, or you guys haven't necessarily stepped away from somebody that was cheating on you, lying on you, like I kind of went a little crazy with that. This person doesn't have to cheat on you or do anything. Because I don't see a third party relationship here. I really don't. But I don't think they were very honest about how they were with you. I don't think they were very straight up. I think this person possibly was very unreliable to you. They don't have to be bad. Like, that's why the Two of Cups is here. You guys feel the same way. You guys could still feel love with each one, toward one another. It's not a bad thing. This person could still be wonderful in your life, and that still means so much. And if this person is someone that you want to carry out through, or this is a Eight of Cups, you guys don't have to leave the relationship to begin, to work on a relationship. If there's something that you want to work on in this relationship, and this is something, like maybe it's an aspect of the relationship where you're like done, as in the whole unreliable portion of it, the player part, whatever situation resonates with you in regards to the Knight of Wands, mostly being unreliable, flighty, very fun, that can't take things seriously, you're done with that phase. If this is someone that you truly love and you're still in a relationship with and you still want to be with, you're done with that situation of them not being the person that you need them to be in the relationship. You're ready for them to step up. You're ready for you to begin something that's a little more serious. And I think, honestly, it don't matter what they do. It don't matter what they think, because ultimately you're going to get what you want. And if they can't step up the speed, then they'll just have to catch up with you. But ultimately, you're done with the games, you're done with the playing, you're done with all that. You're ready to begin something that's actually something serious, because you went through a lot. You went through a lot this year. You're in the mood to play games. Okay? So romance is coming up saying, like, okay, you have the love here, but how you guys prevail, how you guys go forth from this is on your terms. What are you going to do for yourself? And what boundaries have you put up for yourself and everything throughout this entire year that you're willing to keep for yourself, to for your balance, for you to stay strong in your own, and stay standing on your own 2 feet. It's going to make you feel comfortable, and it's really going to resonate with your truth and how you feel. That's one thing that you're going to have to look at with romance. And honestly, even if this is an ending of a relationship, this could mean that there's someone else that's coming in for you guys. Because not only this would be ending of a toxic relationship and beginning of meeting someone else. That's the end of December, though. We'll have to see. You write your own future books, okay? Now, last but not least, y'all have attraction. This is saying you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So when you guys are in the moment and reacting to the moment, you guys give off energy, right? Your vibration mimics how you are in the moment. Now, if you guys feel righteous and feel good about yourself, that's why no place like home is very important, because if you can feel the comfort and stability and the love for yourself, you will manifest that. You'll manifest that and bring that into you. You have to feel that way for yourself first. You have to. It's the only way you can bring it in. You can't bring something in through want, unfortunately. Wouldn't it just be easier that way, right? But as long as you guys feel what you need to feel for your future relationships, for the relationship that you want right now, if you want that security, support, reliability, that, someone that respects your boundaries, if you want some of that stuff, even within your relationship, you have to rock that vibration on your own. You have to walk in those shoes. You got to walk in that step. Be the person that you want to come into your life, and truly believe that you can get what you're giving off to the universe. Okay? That's what's going to bring in what you're looking for. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading was helpful and was able to give you guys a perspective and how you guys really grew from the beginning of this year to to December, right? You're headed towards 2018. Oh my God. Okay, you guys went through craziness with Saturn and the North Node and Leo, the eclipse. You guys went through a lot of mess, but you guys came out strong. Congratulations. You're almost at the finish line, guys. The world coming up. You guys got this, okay? You guys got this, okay? So hang in there, guys. I love y'all. Good luck, and I will talk to y'all so soon, okay? Don't forget to catch me on Saturday at 2 p.m. though, okay? 2 p.m. Eastern time with me in Aquarian Insight, okay? But love to see y'all there. Good luck though, guys. Bye.